I want you to think about, listen to me, the moral of this story as you go into the next year. So Les Brown told a story about a young man, right, who was in the construction business. As a matter of fact, it was almost like the guru and the student, right? There was this revered designer and builder of homes. Right? And so he had this young understudy. And so he was ready to retire. He had been in the game for a long, long time. And he was ready to retire. And so he goes to the understudy and he says to him, look, I need you to do me a huge favor. All right, I'm retiring. I want a beautiful home, right? And I just don't have the time. I don't have the energy, right? I can't put forth that type of effort. And I need you to do me a huge favor. Everything you've learned, everything I've taught you, like I need you to go all in and I need you to build this home for me. Now, this is what I want you to do for me. He says, unlike any other project I've ever done, I'm not going to oversee you. Right? I'm giving you all autonomy. It's on you, baby. Look, don't spare the budget. Don't spare the budget. Spend whatever you want to spend, right? Whoever you want to bring in, whatever equipment you need. I'm going somewhere with this. He said, look, this is my retirement home. I need you to go all in. Right? I'm going out of the country. I won't be able to give you any insight. Look, I won't oversee you like I said. Look, this is on you. All right? Everything is on you. And so he leaves the revered designer, all right, the revered builder, right, who has spent years and years doing this work, had done some of the finest homes for entertainers, some of the finest homes for businesses, some of the finest cathedrals. Listen to me. He was revered, top of the top. But he noticed that his understudy had skills. He noticed that his understudy, he was picking it up. He noticed that his understudy could make it happen. And so he leaves him with everything. So his understudy goes to work. Oh man, he goes to work. And somewhere in the midst of the work, because he didn't have a boss, because he didn't have somebody overseeing him, somebody giving him commands, somebody giving him demands, somebody giving him instructions. I'm not sure what happened, but something happened. This young man, he switched, right? And he started coming to work late, right? He started using inferior products, right? He started saying to himself like, man, whatever, this ain't my house. For real, he had that kind of attitude. All of a sudden, he switched from having a great mindset to having an average mindset. And so he took shortcuts, right? He came late, he left early, right? He took corners, right? He cut corners, right? He wasn't serious about it, but he got it done, right? He got it done. Took him about 6 to 8 months. He finally got the project done, but I'm being honest with you. When you look at it, the revered designer, the revered person that built these homes, if he was to look at that home, he wouldn't be like, man, that's one of the best things I've ever done in my life, right? So he ended up coming back. He looked at the home, right? He walked around. He didn't say anything. He's looking at this house, and in his mind, he knows it's average. In his mind, he knows it's inferior, but he doesn't say anything. And then finally, the young man is kind of looking at him. The young man is watching him, and the young man is like, okay, what is he going to say about it? Because he knows he didn't put 120% in. And he shocks the young man. And he says to the young man, here are the keys. And the young man's like, what do you mean? He's like, no, here are the keys. What do you mean here goes the keys? He said, here are the keys to your house. He said, what you didn't realize was you weren't building my house. You were building your own house. And the young man was shocked. Why? Because he knew he didn't put in 120. He knew he didn't go all in. He knew he didn't put forth his best effort. He knew it was average at best. He knew he cut corners. He knew he took shortcuts. He knew he didn't use the finest stone, the finest materials. He knew he didn't use the finest workers. He knew that he half-heartedly built it. And what the revered designer said to the young man was, this is your home. You built this. You built this, and now you have to live in it. Are you hearing what I'm telling you? I'm telling you, as we go into 2015, you got to do me a huge favor. You have to understand that every decision you make, you'll live with that decision. Every effort you put forth. If you put forth an average effort, you will live an average life. If you put forth average, you'll get average out of life. Are you hearing me? You will live in what you build. That's why I get up at 3 o'clock in the morning. E.T., why you get up so early? Because I want to build a phenomenal life. E.T., why are you in school when you don't have to be in school? I want to live a phenomenal life. E.T., why are you writing books when you don't have to write books? I want to live in a phenomenal world, and more importantly, I want to set my kids up for a phenomenal world. So let me say this to you. You're building it every decision you make. You're building it every shortcut you take. You are destroying it every corner you cut. You're tearing it down. It's your life. You're going to have to live in it. And so do me a huge favor. Just know some of you, you're going to lose it all. You're going to lose that house if you keep being average. You're going to lose your family if you keep being average. You're going to lose that job if you keep being average. You're going to lose it because nobody wants to be average. So I'm getting out of here. Les Brown taught the story years ago. The moral of the story is, listen to me, you will live in the reality that you build. So you are not a victim. I want you to get it. 2014, I've been trying to tell you, you are not a victim of your circumstance. You are a product of your effort. I want you to get what I've been trying to say all year. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the sum total of the decision that you've made and the effort that you put forth. So if you don't like it, do something about it. I'll say it again. If you do not like what you see, if you do not like where you're going, then do something about it. And I'm not talking about what I read or what I heard. I'm talking about one point in my life. I was headed down a path that I could not stand. That was miserable, homeless, high school dropout, eating out of trash cans. Listen to me, I was headed down a path that I did not like. And somebody said to me, kid, this is the life that Eric built. Yep, I'm leaving you as we prepare for a new year. This, he told me plainly, everything in your life, this is the house that Eric built. And if Eric doesn't like the house that he built, then Eric needs to tear it down and rebuild. And what you're looking at is years of rebuilding. So if you don't like your marriage, rebuild it. If you don't like your career, rebuild it. If you don't like your parenting, rebuild it. If you don't like your body, rebuild it. If you do not like your life, stop crying about it. Stop whining about it. If you do not like any part of your life, fix it. All right, so it's your boy E.T. saying Merry Christmas and have a happy New Year. I'll see you next year.